Okay, so far what we have been studying for the past 9 or 10 videos, however many it's been, has been propositional logic. Today, we are going to move forward and begin learning predicate logic. Now, predicate logic, we're going to see some familiar stuff from propositional logic. That knowledge that we have acquired so far is going to carry over, but predicate logic is going to allow us to argue more complicated statements, and complicated not in a bad way, complicated in a really, really cool way. For today, it's going to be really simple. As you can see, we're just going to talk about the symbols and translations in predicate logic. Just start building a foundation before we get into the more complicated stuff. So, sentences, right? Sentences have a subject and a predicate. The main component of predicate logic is predicate. We're going to have a new way to translate sentences. So let's say I have something of the form, I don't know, let's say here, let's use a different color. Let's go blue. Let's say I say blank is fun, right? And actually, let's have 3 examples written out. So we have blank is fun. We're going to say blank is a hero. Blank is a hero. And then we could say, I don't know, let's say blank is angry. Wow, that's a straight line. Blank is angry. How am I going to translate these? Well, first, to translate the predicate into a symbol, we're going to use predicate symbols. And these predicate symbols are going to be capital letters, right? And that's what we've been using for symbolic representations of our sentences. Now, it's just going to represent a part of the sentence, the predicate. So for is fun, as you might have guessed, we'll just use a capital F, right? But that's not all. We're going to leave space for something else. Is a hero, we're going to use capital H. And now what about is angry? Capital A. So this isn't complicated at all. But what if I finish these sentences, right? Let's go yellow. Let's say I want to say, what's fun? Math is fun, right? What if I want to say that Spider-Man is a hero? What if I want to say that Gabe is angry? Well, now what I'm going to say under those over those little underlines that I placed, for the subject of our sentence, we're going to use individual constants. And now these constants, this is important, are lowercase letters. Lowercase letters. So for math, lowercase m. For Spider-Man, lowercase s. And for Gabe, a lowercase g. So in total, to translate the sentence, math is fun, we put capital F, lowercase m. Spider-Man is a hero, capital H, lowercase s. Gabe is angry, capital A, lowercase g. So you see that we could change the subject and that lowercase letter would change, right? Maybe I'll say Johnny is angry. That'll be capital A, lowercase j. Now, just stay with me. This is all a means to an end. There's a reason we're writing things differently in predicate logic. And now what we can do, now that we understand how to translate sentences like this, what we can do is use our connectives from propositional logic to symbolically represent some more complicated sentences. So here, let's write out some sentences, and I'm going to color code these. Let's say I want to say, we're going to go with white first. If Connor is a doctor, then he will save lives. He will save lives. So how would I translate this? Well, okay, it's an if-then statement, so we see the connective from propositional logic that we learned. So let's just look at if Connor is a doctor. Is a doctor is my predicate. Connor is my subject, right? So I'll put capital D, lowercase c, and it's going to be an if-then statement, so let me just start with my connective. Then he will save lives. Okay, well, the antecedent for he is Connor. He is referring to Connor, so then Connor will save lives. So I guess I'll just use capital S for save lives, and lowercase c for Connor. Save lives, Connor. And that's how you would translate it. Okay, now what if I want to say, let's go a different color. Why not go pink? Let's say, oh, I know. Johnny is going to like and subscribe. There you go, some subliminal messaging. Johnny is going to like and subscribe. Well, this is like saying Johnny is going to like and Johnny is going to subscribe. So we have two simple statements, subject and a predicate. So for is going to like, I'll use a capital L, and Johnny is lowercase j. So capital L, lowercase j, and then Johnny is going to subscribe, we'll use a capital S. Oh, and I just said lowercase j, and then I wrote a capital J, lowercase j. And then we use our connector from propositional logic for and, the dot. So Johnny's going to like, and Johnny is going to subscribe. There you go. And we'll just do one more, just to make sure we get the hang of it. We'll use my favorite color, green. Let's say Brandon will be late, or he won't be late, or he won't be late, or he won't be late. So we have a disjunction and we have a negation. So we'll see 2 in 1 right now. So Brandon will be late. So I'll go capital L for will be late and then a lowercase b. So Brandon will be late, or, and then we just negate that, or he won't be late. So or negate Brandon being late. It's got to be one or the other. So there you go. This wasn't anything too complicated, too crazy. It's just that the next video is going to get a little bit more complicated, a little bit more crazy. And I didn't want to overwhelm you on one video, but look out for that next one. Even though it is more difficult, it's going to allow us to do some pretty cool stuff. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned something.